Hello everyone. Today is Monday, 7:50 p.m., August 24th, 2020. Let's take a look at the market today. S&P 500 E-mini. Not much to say here since, July 30th. I guess not much to say since July 1st. That is almost 2 months ago. The market has just been in this incredibly low volatility mode. Nothing, just keep going up and up and up in a pretty consistent manner, right? The dips are it's higher highs and higher lows. You can see that. It's just no opportunity for a trade, right? If you want to do a short-term trade, you need volatility, and this market doesn't really provide any volatility, and that means you can't trade. All you can do is just like holding on to your existing positions and hope for the best. And I've been holding my portfolio for retirement, just been holding those my stocks. So let's take a look at individual shares. But before that, let's take a look at Nasdaq. Nasdaq again, as you can see, is in this range, in this band. It just keep moving up. Not much to see here. I'm just going to remove this alert, because this alert means nothing. Apparently you can see the market just went through it, nothing happened. And some individual stocks today, one thing I took notice is that this company, SHLL, I thought this could go down to 10 and consolidate, but it turns out it took off already. This is a very speculative play. A friend of mine actually introduced this to me. Very speculative. This is basically a electric truck company, and what they do is that they convert existing truck into hybrid electric models. And now, because this is a acquisition play, right? It's a reverse merger, similar to Nikola. And you can see that Nikola, at the announcement reverse merger, it had a huge pop from $10 to $16 and came down to 10 and consolidates. Then went up like 10 times afterwards. Now from April to June. In only 2 months, this stock went up 10 times. Pretty crazy because the market cap is tiny, right? Well, right now the market cap is still kind of insane, $14 billion. Yeah, it's pretty insane that even it drops to this level, it's still a $14 billion company. And SHLL, this one has broken out. You can see that today. Unfortunately, I don't own this one. But the reason I want to talk about it, because I was going to own this one, but I missed it. I was expecting this thing to go even lower. The other one, the one I do own, is this one, SPAQ. SPAQ is still at a pretty low level right now. I don't know if this is going to pop following the SHLL, but SPAQ, they all start with S for some reason. This one is also another reverse merger deal that's in play right now. This company is going to merge with Fisker. Fisker, if you guys haven't been following the electric vehicle industry as long as I am, I have been there. Back in the day, back in 2012, there was a Tesla competitor called Fisker, and their first car is called Fisker Karma. And they actually kind of stole one of the designers from Ferrari, which Tesla was about to hire, and to Fisker, and they really designed a beautiful car. And as you can see, that Fisker Karma. This car was really beautiful. I've seen this car in person once on the street, actually twice on the street. Someone was driving it. It was really nice car, I gotta say. The design was really good. I think the design is probably even better than the Model S. And you guys can go on YouTube and look for like reviews for this vehicle. The infotainment system inside this vehicle is kind of outdated, but the design even today is still very beautiful. And I think this is a better kind of a speculative company than Nikola, right? Nikola has never. It's a truck. It's not as sexy as this, right? And plus, I think their truck only exists on their PowerPoint slide. It doesn't really exist in reality. And this car, I've seen that in person, right? It's been around since 2012. The company actually went under, and now it's coming back, and they are going to release their new SUV. I think is really exciting, and like this car reminds me of Aston Martin kind of design, and I love this vehicle, like the design of this. And that was back in 2012. You see that? And it seems that this car over the years, the price of this vehicle, if you collect this vehicle, has been going up since 2012. Kind of interesting. And Fisker is going to take and that was July 18th. They announced it. And this is their new SUV, Fisker Ocean. This looks like a Land Rover. It seems that they really like to copy the design from European vehicles. I mean, Land Rover right now is owned by India, but still, kind of interesting. They are going to produce their first SUV. I hope this company comes back. I really hope so, because this company does have pretty awesome design. Since 2012, and if they could come back as a automotive company, they got extra fundings. I would think this kind of vehicles are pretty desirable, right? And this is better speculative play than Nikola. And I actually think if this deal goes through, this is like a 10-time opportunity right there. We'll see, right? I mean, this is like a lottery play. Throwing some money in there is fun. It's probably fine. Okay. What else? Other stuff I own. Some of them it didn't really do well. For example, Works is still down. However, it seems I had a kind of a wash and rinse here. It had a pop and rinsed a bunch of lawns, came down. Both times the shorts and lawns got destroyed, and now it's just horizontal. And I don't know how long it can stay there, but it seems right now it's just accumulating energy at this particular level. And I don't know if it breaks down, breaks up. It doesn't matter to me. I'm holding this for a long term. I personally use this company's product on a daily basis, and this company does produce good product. The problem is the competition from Microsoft is very, very extreme, because Microsoft is bundling their Microsoft Teams with Office, right? I gotta say that bundling is illegal, but it is what it is. It's unfair competition. And Slack, this company, did file a lawsuit against Microsoft, right? You'll see that on July 22nd, they filed a lawsuit, and we'll see how this goes. But this company, the product's great. I never, as an investor myself, as an investor, not as a trader. As a trader, I can bet against anything, right? As an investor myself, I never, because I'm holding my shares for long term, right? Like at least half a year to 1 year. I don't bet against great products, right? Betting against great products is over the long term is not going to be a profitable strategy. So don't bet against a good product. And if this thing dips even lower, I would definitely buy it more. Okay. Anything else? Let me see. Space. I don't know. Space, Virgin Galactic maybe is gonna go. Oh, the other thing I've been paying more attention to is Beyond Meat. So I'm gonna put this on my watch list again. And Beyond Meat, I think the artificial kind of meat industry is promising, and I think this could be a future candidate for investment. But so far, I'm expecting another decline. Maybe give me a better price. If it doesn't, and it doesn't matter to me. I'm looking at the valuation. I mean, valuation for these kind of companies are pretty rich, right? So the thing is, to control your risk level, you have to have a smaller position, and also you want to making sure you're buying at a lower price, compared to historical level. That's the only way you can kind of mitigate some of your risk. One other company I'm looking at these days is Canada Goose. Canada Goose. Canada Goose is going down quite a lot since October 2018. This company, I've been saying previously in my previous video, this company sells luxurious products, the jacket, right, the parka, and they are able to raise the price of parka almost every year, right? So they're selling a product that appreciates over time, which is really rare in a clothing kind of market, right? For example, Uniqlo, fast retailing, Uniqlo, they can't raise the price every year, right? But Canada Goose can. So is Louis Vuitton, so is all the other luxury brand. And all these companies, they have a huge profit margin. Canada Goose's stock has been beaten down for years, right? Since June 18, 2018. If you invest in Canada Goose June 18, 2018, that's been 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and you'll be losing, you would have lost more than half your money still, right? If you bought at these levels. And that is something, so there are a lot of people who have lost money on this stock, and there are a lot of potential sellers. Whenever the price goes higher, more sellers comes down, beat the price down. But I think that for 2 years of kind of decline in a particular stock could eventually find a bottom, right? And I don't know where that's going to find a bottom, but if one of the likely scenario is that this one was pretty much a bottom, because if you look at the volume here, it's just crazy. There's a lot of people who have sold during this decline. But if we do have another dip, I think that could potentially be the bottom. And if we do, because right now it's going horizontal, I don't think this horizontal move is going to resolve in an upward move. But I think the horizontal move right here could result in another dip, because this looks kind of weak to me. The reason is the general market right now is fairly strong, right? And if I am the hedge fund, I would have taken the sentiment from general market to increase the price of this particular stock to a higher. If the whales are really want to lift this stock up, they would have taken right now the sentiment in the broader market and use the opportunity to lift the stock price up, because that's easy, right? They can easily attract buyers if they can make the price move to a higher level. But the thing is, they're not doing that. They're actually just keeping the price horizontal. I think maybe this distribution again, the people who bought here at 14, they are kind of liquidating at 23 some of their shares. Then the price is gonna dip. Then they're gonna buy more once it dips. So what I'm looking at is that for an obvious trend line here, right? This is obvious. This is pretty obvious. This is going down, 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 but maybe I can move this one in. It's in this band right now, and if it dips lower, reach here, dips lower, then around even around $14, this company is extremely attractive from a valuation standpoint. And you can see that their revenue, let me just grab their income statement. well, I don't have their charts, but the revenue is growing every single year by like 20, 15, 20%, which their growth is really good. And their net income actually increased for the last 3-4 years. They became profitable. And their profit margin is about 15% on average for the last 3-4 years. So the only time they had a really bad quarter is the Q1 of this year, right? They had a down quarter, and their net income fell by $36 million. But all the previous years they've been making money. So this is a money-making business. And we'll see how this goes. If it does dip again, I would definitely buy this company. Okay, so enough about stock market. Let's take a look at the cryptocurrency market. Cryptocurrency, so Ethereum. Ethereum today is just came down, had found a support buyers here, and now it's up a little bit again. I don't know if this is a good support. I'm still skeptical about this to be the true bottom for this correction here. The reason is this particular move is only a 14% move, which is very small if you look at historically the correction, right? And also it didn't really retest this level, right? Where it was retested before, and this one. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe the price gonna go up there, retest this particular level. So we have to see how this price action works. The price could go up here to 414, right, and retest this particular level, which is very important. Last time it failed, and then maybe it fails to move higher. Then it came down, make a true kind of a correction. Then I'm going to add more to my position. One thing I was looking at the Ethereum. Actually, never mind. Yeah, so Bitcoin today. Again, I'm just watching the Bitcoin as well. I have Bitcoin. It's just in this particular range. Maybe it's, I don't know. I mean, it's very low volatility for Bitcoin. It doesn't really do anything. And so it might just consolidate horizontally, right? And eventually it's going to move up again. So if you look at this one, it was consolidating in a kind of trend, and eventually it kind of shake people out once it broke this particular trend line. A lot of people thought, this could be a beginning of decline. They sold, but no, it wasn't. So we have this particular trend line. Maybe what's going to happen is that it moves down, then come back up again, right? Just like that. It's hard to say. Okay, so that's all I want to talk about today, and see you next time.